Hi, this is Dr. Dave, and in this video we're going to take a look at how we can input equations into Canvas discussion boards. In fact, almost into any place in Canvas. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding the point of intersection of the two lines that you've been finding in Dueling lines and Desmos. We're going to show those algebra steps, which you should have already written down on paper, but we're going to put them into the discussion board. So the first thing you need to do is you need to be in the discussion board and you need to find the discussion that matches up with your team. Here I'm going to use Dueling Lines and Desmos Team 0, but you'll want to use the team that you've been assigned to. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And inside of there I'm going to find a point of intersection, and I'm going to want to go ahead and reply to that. And in my reply, I'm going to go ahead and put the steps to find the point of intersection, which appears to be about -1 on this graph. So as soon as I click in the reply, it goes ahead and opens up a window here. And I'm going to type in to find the point of intersection set. Now, I need to put in the two formulas for the lines that I'm working with. Now, we could just type those in here, but that wouldn't help us to practice how to put in equations. Later on in the class, we're going to have more complicated things like fractions, powers, things like that. We're going to want to be able to put those into your discussion board. So in order to put an equation into the discussion board, you go up to this button that has a square root, and when you hover over it, it says Insert Math Equation. Let me go ahead and click on that. Click in the window that opens, and you can now type in f of x equals whatever your formula is. Sometimes your formulas may have fractions in them. If they do, there's a button up here for putting in fractions. And then you could fill in, say, the fraction 1/2. Use the right arrow to get out of the fraction. And now we could say x plus 12. Say insert, and it's going to go ahead and insert that in there. Now, I did this just as an example. This isn't what I'm going to do. So I want to edit this so I can change the numbers in here to the numbers I'm working with. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. I'm going to go up to the Insert Math Equation button, and now it'll allow me to go in here and change my numbers. So if I delete that, I'm going to put in 10x plus 12. Now say insert, and it updates the equation for me. So we're going to find the point of intersection, set this function equal to, and now let's put in our second equation of our line. So I'm going to hit the Insert Math Equation button, click in the window, and put in the formula of your second line. Remember, yours are going to be different from mine. Say insert, and now we have the equation in there. So I'm going to put a period. I'm going to go down to the next line. I'm going to center this equation, and now I'm going to put in those two equations set equal to each other. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the square root button, click in the window, 10x plus 12 equals 11x plus 13. Say insert equation, and there we have it. So I hit enter. That takes me down to the next line. However, I want to be left aligned here, so I'm going to click on the Align Left button and say subtract 11x and subtract 12 from both sides to give, and now I want to go ahead and put that in. So I'll hit enter to go to the next line. To make it look nice, I'm going to center it. And now let me write out what the resulting equation is. So I'll hit Insert Math Equation. I'll have negative x equals 1. Insert equation. Go down to the next line, align left, and now say divide both sides by -1, comma. Now I'll go down to the next line. I'm going to center it again. And now I'm going to insert my math equation. And I'm going to do a little bit of overkill here. I'm going to write x equals, and I want to practice using the fractions here. So remember, that's the n and m. I'm going to have 1 over -1. So click in the bottom. Equals, and that gives -1. Go ahead and insert it. And now we have our point of intersection. Now, if you want to get a little crazy with this, we could also, remember this is the x value, if we need to know the corresponding y value, we could hit enter. We could left align and say the resulting y value is, and now I'm going to hit my equation button. And it doesn't matter which one of the two functions I use because they both have the same y value. So I'll say f of -1 equals 10 times -1 plus 12 equals 2. Insert, and you'll notice if we scroll up that the point of intersection does appear to be at -1, 2. Remember, these are in increments of 2. Period to end that sentence, and now I can go ahead and post this reply. Scroll down and you'll see a very nice looking post that documents the process of finding the point of intersection on the graph that you've replied to. If you've done this and used the equation editor, that's a requirement here, that will give you full credit.